Welcome back, everyone, to the Audacious Money Witch channel, where we talk about investing and trading stocks, bonds, and crypto assets around the world. In today's episode, I will show you 3 undervalued stocks that will stimulate your senses and satisfy your cravings. First, I need to talk about the sunshine state of mind that is being corrupted and darkened. Hope can kill a man. You see, hope is very dangerous for a man because sometimes when you are hoping, you can imagine things that isn't in your wildest dreams. And that could become a fantasy. We are investing in this realistic reality. We are not living in a fantasy land in Vice City. Wait till next fall in GTA 6. That's when we can live in the metaverse. So we don't use hope as a strategy, but we sure as hell can stuff our mouth with Whoppers and fill our sadness and cravings with Popeye's crispy and saucy chicken wings. In this harsh reality, we didn't get that 60% vote in Florida. We got 55%, and our stock lost 50% overnight. So what? We are dead in the water. But we will be fine. That's just part of the game. We need to accept it and decide, are you a winner or a loser? Are you a fighter or a quitter? When life throws you lemons, do you make lemonade or do you create Lululemon? Why do you think Trulieve stock just lost 50%? It is because speculators lost hope, and we all know who are those people. They are like us. Retail investors or speculators, mostly speculators. We lost a battle in Florida, but we have not lost the war yet because this Florida event is two-sided. If it passes, I don't think it's priced in the majority unbelievable upside, but when they lose, which they did, the outcome is simply back to square one again. The Dem promised to legalize it. For 4 years, they never did, but Trump voted yes on 3. What do you think he will do next? People's sentiment is what drives the stock price, especially in this industry. The big boys are not allowed to get in legally yet. So right now, most retail were very complacent as the rest of the stock market is all green. So they were not prepared for this outcome at all. So when they saw they lost 40% of their cash, they are absolutely panicking. And probably most of them just panic sold and called it a scam and quit the game. Which is unfortunate because the outcome of this event sort of just shows maybe the game has just started. Let me explain. You see, only the 1% of the society runs this game. Only 1% of the people are the true winners in this reality. If you want to win the Lotto Max, win the millions, then millions of people have to lose for you to be the one winner. So if you sell out now, you have lost the game, and the game has just begun. You see, with all these government policy changes, like schedule changes from 1 to 3, Amendment 3, it's all just a plot or a test to weed out the losers. If you believe you lost, then you have lost. So you want to ask yourself, what do you want?
Don't do what you should do. Do what you want.
Do you want to be a winner or a loser? Well, I choose to be a winner, and by taking advantage of this panic sell opportunity, you are rising up and moving up in life, literally. Because believe it or not, this is a fantastic opportunity to get into Trulieve at below 2020 low prices. We need to do what any animal in nature does when it is cornered. Act audaciously. Be greedy when others are fearful, said Warren Buffett. When other people are panic selling, they are acting on their emotion of fear, which is not a rational action. They will regret it afterwards 100% because they didn't consider the fact that there are more opportunities in this sector. like Trump can continue to process with the DEA, to reschedule it like alcohol. What about the Safer Banking Act? So that these companies can access the capital market and go up list to NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange. All these actions are of great probability. What if Trump wants to fully federally legalize it, like Canada and Germany has already done? What if any of these things happen? Would you regret selling your shares then? Of course you will say yes, because then the sentiment is hope again, and the price will be going higher instead of lower. You won't be getting a better deal like this. What I did is I doubled down. I lowered my cost basis dramatically. The lower the cost basis, the more money you are going to make at the end. Because of math, also you are taking less risk with a lower price. Even though you put more money in, but it's easier for you to run away if you have decided you have had enough high and now you just crave some food. My restaurant stock reported earnings and revenue that missed analysts' expectations as domestic same-store sales growth for all four chains fell short of Wall Street estimates. Here's what QSR reported for Q3 compared with what Wall Street was expecting. Earnings per share 93 cents adjusted versus 95 cents expected. Revenue $2.29 billion versus $2.31 billion expected. The company's worldwide same-store sales grew just 0.3% in the quarter. October now is for the whole business positive low single digits of same-store sales, which is an improvement from before. CEO Josh Kobza said, if you look at some of the things that really drive finances for our guests, everything from gas prices are down, interest rates are starting to go down, inflation has really started to moderate a fair bit, Kobza said. Burger King same-store sales fell 0.7% during Q3 ended September 30th. BK is in the middle of a turnaround in the US, but consumers are also spending less at restaurants, reigniting the value wars between Burger King and its rivals. Like other restaurant chains, Burger King saw consumer spending weaken over the summer, plus the industry's focus on value overshadowed other marketing initiatives. Popeyes reported same-store sales declines of 4%, well off the expected 0.2% gain. The chain has tried to set up its value offerings recently, first with promotion of 3-piece bone-in chicken for $5, and then with the reintroduction of its big box deal at $6. We're already seeing both offerings drive traffic and sales improvements, Kobza said. Tim Hortons was the top performer with domestic same-store sales growth of 2.3%. Tim's has been growing traffic and improving its speed of service, Kobza said. But the Canadian coffee chain still fell short of Wall Street's same-store sales growth expectations of 4.1%. Outside of the US and Canada, Restaurant Brands International same-store sales rose 1.8% in the quarter, just shy of estimates of 2.2%. Restaurant Brands reported third quarter net income of $252 million. Net sales climbed 24.7% to $2.29 billion, largely thanks to the company's acquisitions of its largest US Burger King franchise and its Popeyes business in China earlier this year. Restaurant Brands on Tuesday trimmed its outlook for full-year sales growth to a range of 5%, down from 5.5%. Mr. Belly is happy. Time to jump into the metaverse. We've just had Take-Two Interactive's Q2 results. From my last video, in TTWO stock was selling around $140. I said it was a great buying opportunity. Today, it's close to $180. I am pleased with that. There's likely still much more room for growth related to its revenue ramp up from the GTA 6 release in fiscal 2026. The stock is not cheap and it's currently trading at a loss, but with strong sales and profitability in the next few years. This valuation could not only be sustained by the market, but also increase over the next year and a half. Q2 earnings results were good, paving the way for fiscal 2026. To begin with, the headline data Take-Two Interactive double beat the EPS and revenue, with net bookings hitting the top of their guidance range at $1.47 billion. Management also reiterated its fiscal 2025 net bookings guidance of $5.55 to $5.65 billion, expecting record levels in fiscal 2026 and fiscal 2027. The company's two main hits, Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption, both developed by the flagship Rockstar Games, sold particularly well, with over 272 million units sold combined. Its Zynga and mobile segment also continues to develop robustly. Mobile games provide a higher margin opportunity and consistent engagement, primarily a result of lower development fees and on-the-go consumer access. Of course, management also mentioned the key pipeline of high-profile releases, which is fundamental to the near-term investment thesis. These include Grand Theft Auto 6 in 2025, along with Borderlands 4 and Mafia: The Old Country, pointing to the record-breaking potential in fiscal 2026 and 2027 that validates my buy rating. In addition, Take-Two is reportedly in discussions to sell its ad tech division, Chartboost, as part of a strategic shift to concentrate on its core gaming assets. By divesting from ad tech, Take-Two can concentrate more on its primary gaming franchises like Grand Theft Auto, aligning with current business trends in optimizing for efficiency and concentration rather than diversification. The growth thesis is heavily reliant on the success of mainly GTA 6, but also Borderlands 4 and Mafia: The Old Country. While I find it highly unlikely that GTA 6 will underperform my sales expectations significantly, it's possible that other titles could. In an industry like gaming, as in most industries, the quality of the products produced is much more important than the anticipation engendered beforehand through marketing. Indeed, the two go hand in hand. I truly believe that Take-Two will deliver great quality and marketing simply because the time and money it took to create such a masterpiece. Also, when new consoles are released, potentially around 2028, Microsoft is touting the largest technical leap you will have ever seen in a hardware generation. The GTA 6 release window is timed well, as it's scheduled to come out next fall. The next GTA Online will be another golden goose for decades to come. Even with the stock gaining since my last video of TTWO stock, it still remains a buy. I own all three of these stocks, and I want to know your thoughts about every single one of them. Would you still play the game with the US government and fight the good fight? Or you just run away with Grand Theft Auto 6 and fill your broken heart with a Firehouse sub?